Behold the new emperor, the man, ascending his magnificent jewel-encrusted throne, a veritable dragon in resplendent imperial robes. Amidst thundering cheers of "Long live the emperor" from countless kneeling officials, a solemn, unbreakable vow from humbler, forgotten days burned fiercely within his very soul. He remembered a sacred promise to a kind, gentle woman, a profound vow to make her his one and only empress, a glorious destiny he now returned incognito to fulfill. Thus, this mighty emperor, now a mysterious figure in simple peasant garb, embarked on a perilous, secret journey back to his provincial, forgotten roots. His ever-loyal general, his heart heavy with deep concern for his sovereign's safety, passionately urged caution against such a reckless endeavor. Yet the man was utterly resolute, taking only a mystical signal device, a desperate last-resort call for heavenly aid should unspeakable peril arise. Soon, his dusty feet trod the path to the imposing gates of Xuanyang, his heart pounding with wild anticipation for his beloved, his promised queen. Unbeknownst to him, a cruel twist of fate was in motion. His fiancée, the woman, approached the very same gate, but on the arm of the rival, a smarmy, power-hungry magistrate's son. This despicable rival, utterly blinded by his insatiable ambition, schemed nefariously to impress any powerful newcomers, desperately hoping to claw his way up the slippery social ladder. The woman, her heart already a frozen stone of disdain for her former betrothed, openly and venomously called him a good-for-nothing peasant. She cruelly jested with cold laughter that the man had likely perished miserably long ago, while the rival contemptuously mocked his once audacious promise to make her an empress of the realm. At the city gates, a disgusting spectacle of corruption greeted the man's disbelieving eyes. Greedy guards extorted outrageous fees from the struggling populace. A villager explained this tyrannical local rule was for the magistrate's son's wedding. Another peasant, with only medicinal herbs, pleaded desperately for entry, his family waiting. The callous guards refused, demanding payment or his herbs. When he resisted, they savagely beat him, his cries for mercy ignored. This blatant injustice ignited the man's imperial fury. He stepped forward, a lone figure of defiance, challenging the thuggish guards. "How dare you extort them in broad daylight?" he thundered. But his righteousness was met with brutal force. The guards, emboldened by petty power, seized him. They sneered, "Anyone who doesn't pay is a bad citizen. These are the consequences. Pay up or I'll lock you up," threatened their arrogant leader as the man felt their cowardly blows. Battered but unbowed, the man accused them, "You are bandits, openly robbing the people. The nation's wealth isn't for you." The guards jeered, "You have a death wish. You all deserve beheading for oppressing the people," he retorted. "You're getting it today," snarled the guard, and they pounced, beating him mercilessly. Just then a grand carriage arrived. It was the fiancée, the woman he journeyed for with the smug rival. Her eyes widened, then hardened with contempt seeing the man, bruised and humiliated, call her name, Tinjiao. The rival began his taunts. Instead of aid, the woman questioned his pathetic state. The guards and rival circled, mocking his downfall. The rival preened, "I'm someone your father looks up to." Then the woman, voice dripping venom, sneered, "Based on your tone, are you really the emperor?" With desperate hope, the man affirmed his identity. But she cut him down. "Finn is the magistrate's son. You can't compare. Am I to wait for trash like you when I'm getting married?" He cried, "How could you marry him? You said you'd wait. Why would I? Will you make me empress?" She retorted, laughing cruelly. He spoke of his promise, his return to fulfill it, now successful. "Successful now? You said after you become emperor. Are you the emperor?" she challenged. "Where are your robes? Your procession? Your authority?" Each word a dagger. "Still a loser, vastly inferior to my Shinlin foe," she declared, her disdain absolute. He desperately clung to their engagement. "I'd never agree if not for your family home," she spat, shattering his illusions. He reminded her of her kindness, taking him in when starving. Then the most devastating revelation. "The one who took you in was my sister, Jane Lead. I never even looked at you." The man reeled, his world collapsing. The fiancée, seeing his devastation, twisted the knife. "Look at you, worse than a dog. You don't deserve me." The love in the man's eyes died, replaced by a terrifying, righteous fury. "Really?" he whispered, a storm brewing. "Do you know?